Hello, traders. I want to share the current setup in Moderna right now, and I'm just going to look at some past sell-offs and show you why I think this is a major bottom, and it's time to back up the truck and buy. So, just some sell-offs. These are daily candles, and you can see a sell-off here, roughly 24% over 9 days. Here's another sell-off, about 21, 22%, which extended a little bit, right? So 22 over 12 days. The current sell-off we're in right now it's been about 11 days, right? So towards the upper end. And the percentage is also 27%, which again you can see is a little more than the past two sell-offs we've had. Both the times it was grossly oversold. You can see that down here, right? And again, we are very oversold. So what happened the last two times? And I'll show you some previous examples as well. Well, both the times you got roughly so that was about an 18% pop. This is about a 20% pop. And again, it's easier to get 20% pops when you're this low. The stock, because the lower the base, right, getting a 20% pop is much easier. I hope you understand the math behind that. So simply, if it just goes back here, you can see when it fell down, it was 26% or so. If it just reverses this fall, just going back up is a 37% rally. But on the way down, it was 27%, right? So it's very easy to get a 30 odd percent rally from here. Some past examples of some other sell offs. Here's another one. Again, 7 to 12 days, somewhere in between. You can see that falls in the 7 to 12-day range. And that's where we are right now. Towards the upper end of this range are the typical sell offs in the past. And see, it got very oversold, got very oversold. And what happened this time? It got very oversold. And then a few days later, we get a monster 60% rally because very conveniently the news of Omicron is released. This is one of those times where, because the stock was in such a strong bear market, we just got a meager, what is it? Oh, even then it was like somewhere in the teens. You still got a little bit of a pop, and then the bear market continued. So the point I'm trying to make is I've shown you one, two, three, four, and now we're on the fifth sell off. This one being a very aggressive one. You can see we're very oversold. I think it's very reasonable to see a pop at least back to this, but most likely up here. So we're talking almost a 50% rally is seeming very likely for this stock. It's way too beaten down. It is currently north of 80%, almost 85% from its highs. This is not a garbage penny stock. This has some good fundamentals. They've made an insane amount of money in COVID. So, and it's currently trading at November 2020 levels, which was just prior to the release of a vaccine. So all this money that they made on the sale of vaccines, the market is saying we don't care about it. So it is trading at those levels, which obviously makes zero sense, right? So that's just the fact that it's oversold. Just to support that a little bit, if you see on top, so that's the volume and this is the price. So if you look at the volume after a long time, right, you can see the volume post Omicron, right, which was there for the last almost 2 years now. You can see that the volume is very subdued. It's consistently below and it's very low. There are two standouts though. One is this week, And look at where that volume came, right at the top, right here. That's the top. That's that volume. That's this week over here. And now there's another standout week, which was last week. So the point I'm trying to make is this was clearly a buying climax where there was just so much buying, which and everyone gets on one side of the boat. That usually marks tops. That was such a major top a year back. And now we're getting an 18% sell off in a week. Clearly, that's a very big deal, and this is looking like capitulation to me. This is looking like a selling climax because there is clearly far higher volume than the stock has seen. If I just may exaggerate this a little bit, get rid of all those bars, right? Ignore those. Now you can see that this bar here is quite high. This is looking like a selling climax, capitulation, whatever you want to call it. Almost a 20% drop in a week. Again, it's possible. It can always go lower in capitulation scenarios. And look at the way the market is falling. It can always go a little lower, but you got to notice it's already down another 5.5% this week. So this is looking really really oversold, and you should expect a just like how here very conveniently Omicron was released after taking the stock down, and I'm expecting something very similar again. And for the last month or so, we've been hearing a lot about new variants and a whole bunch of different diseases and disease acts and all of that. There's a lot of noise. So I think we should expect a nice catalyst relating to COVID in that space. And that should make the stock pop back up almost 50%. Keep in mind, it also has earnings next week, which should support that. So I'm long. I am definitely long right now, and I will be until we get this solid rally, which could just end up being a bear market rally, but a solid rally nevertheless to take advantage of. All right, that's all for now, and please leave your comments down below. Thank you.